drainage is to a soakaway, and then the next thing, now that's the touring caravans. Right, we'll go through my list here, which I started, highway considerations. The access to this site is onto a small lane, Hart Road. There will be considerable increase in traffic with the proposed extra 33 places for cars and caravans in and out of this site. This small country lane is very well used, and congestion regularly occurs at the Fox and Goose junction. And with extra use of cars and caravan, accessing the A38 would exacerbate the already serious problem with the traffic congestion. Right, landscape impact. As a site will be screened, this should not present any adverse impact. Interior considerations. Please see comments from the ecologist, which is 2 artificial nest boxes will be installed and maintained on New Games building. And that was one of the comments which was sent in, but that's starts happening from that. And number 3.
Travelling pigeons.
Touring pigeons. Sorry, I got slightly confused myself here. Right. That's the first one.
Is it 2 separate plans, or is it all one?
No, it's one. It's me.
So
I'm looking at
change
this
of
stuff. But anyway, there were comments from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. The environmental health had no comment. Somerset Heritage, no objections. The ecologist I told you about. Transport development, to be after a site visit, this development is to be considered further. So obviously they haven't come up with objections or otherwise, but they're going to look into it. And the Environmental Agency, in the absence of an acceptable flood risk assessment, we object. But I've gone to
What about highways?
highways.
They're doing a site visit.
Yes, that's a site visit. Transport development, sorry.
Right.
Yes, here.
Okay.
They've got to have a site visit before they will consider. And basically, I have made actually some. No, I haven't. That's it. That's it. That's all my. That is all my comments, etc.
Are we allowed to comment on flooding, or is that nothing at all to do with us?
Well, the flooding. There is a plan here about. There is a obviously. Where is it? There's actually a.
Design statement.
Yeah, there's a design statement here if you want to look at that, because that's it. The flood risk there. That's it. That's the flood risk there. If you want to read it. That no, it doesn't. The Environmental Agency have said, in the absence of an unacceptable flood risk assessment, we object.
No, so it's not acceptable now. I think they've changed the rules, haven't they? They put in a new flood assessment number, you know what I mean? So they've got a new, and they've gone by the old one, not the new one.
I think on this particular application, it's the traffic which we're concerned. I think. Well, I would be concerned about.
Well,
and 33 extra caravans and cars. They've already got a pitch which it'll double the size of the site, and they're going to be coming any time of day or night.
I would just like to say, and go on further from that, the caravan sites are developing down on that Hart Road. There are 3 now, or potentially 3. There is the one which was applied for at the back of the Fox and Goose. There's the extension to this one, and of course there's the one down on the causeway.
And there's one at Rookery Farm.
Well, the whole thing is becoming impossible. We don't need to go into the problems on the A38. They're well enough known, but the whole thing about this caravan site is just being advertised, presumably nationally, to caravanners as a stopover, and you're going to have 30 odd caravanners stopovering, going south and coming north. And they're going to be popping in and out. They're not going to stay there a few days, they're going to be in and out overnight. The A38 is bad enough, and unless and until something is done about that junction, it's not really a planning objection, but we cannot go on with this escalating situation.
Well, what I'm saying, is there a need for further,
Sorry, Malcolm.
I think it's an overdevelopment of the site.
Yes.
I agree.
That's
It goes right up to the back of Laurel Farm on Vole Road. Have we had any comments from them? Are they aware of it?
That's all the comments we've got. on it.
I've just checked the website, and there's no
Yes.
comments from other people other than the statutory bodies.
And also the flow of traffic to and from is not just going to double because some of the people on that first site are there for a longer stay. So you're going to treble the flow of traffic at least.
I think I'm right in saying that our objection to the caravan site to the rear of the Fox and Goose was overridden, and they got the planning.
Yes,
They
they
got
did.
planning.
Yeah.
So, you know,
And what really upsets me, and perhaps we should, well, I don't know, the camera's not on, is it? Is the fact that, you know, even if we object, it will just get overruled, and that is particularly concerning.
Well, as I said, I think it's an overdevelopment of the site,
Right.
and access
is appalling.
is not the best on that site.
So in terms
Also, on the plan, there's a mark there saying foul water pumping station.
Yes, that's right, to the left of the...
Are they on mains there? We don't know. I asked Bob and he wasn't sure whether they're on mains.
No, it is, it's on the small, there's a small drawing.
But if that foul water is going into Soakaway as well, there's going to be a lot of
There's a small...
wastewater lying around.
That's it.
so really, sorry,
They've got a big treatment plant which they built with their initial application.
right.
Well, then that
for
must
this
be,
site,
that's what it
which
is
I would say
probably.
is more than sufficient
Right.
for an extension.
The bit I didn't say, the reciting the agricultural building to be converted again to an equipment store. This will be moved near to the caravan park, and obviously it will be used for what they stated in the application.
So I think the issue before is
it
are
was.
we happy, sorry Malcolm.
I'd also like to say that if this is accepted, then there's been no mention about lighting.
On the perimeter.
Well, it's all here on this.
The existing
You mean
lighting.
for the caravans?
Yes.
Well, it's here on this. It doesn't actually say,
we've
it
had-
doesn't state it in the
We
application.
raised the problem the first time when they did the front part there, and they had these globe lamps, and they changed them to like reflector down lighters, and they are better. They're not the answer, but they are an improvement on.
So
It gives you the layout here, and it can actually,
It's 33 there, and I'm
Yes,
sure that
33.
the front side isn't that many, is it?
No, it's only about less than 20, I think.
Yeah.
So
it is.
what have we got a proposal on whether we accept or reject?
I think we should reject.
I think
I
we're-
think
I
that's-
think-
Grounds that the Environment Agency, all the information is not tying.
Yeah, I think
Overdevelopment,
well, I think we can object on the grounds of
Overdevelopment.
overdevelopment.
traffic,
Traffic.
access,
And flooding issues.
Flooding issues.
yes.
And there was another one you mentioned, Peter, wasn't
Well, there is the absence of the flood, of the...
Yeah.
Well, they haven't sent, they have to have a site visit, so they haven't got their report.
Do you want to note that absence?
Environmental suitable
Yes.
lighting.
Yes.
Okay, so I've got reject, overdevelopment, traffic,
Do
flooding,
we say
access,
reject though? What do we say normally? I don't know.
not support.
Not supported.
We don't support it.
We don't support.
No, we object, that's it.
We do object, yes.
and absent of environmental report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And believe there
And
are,
traffic, we're waiting for
there are
traffic as well.
adverse issues associated with
Yes.
traffic,
Yes, because transport development, it's
overdevelopment.
will only be
Adverse
considered whilst
issues
the
with
site
transport
visits.
development, with transport, sorry.
Well, obviously they must have a point.
But the highways haven't been to see it, so they don't know.
Adverse issues with transport, and do we look at light pollution as well?
Yes, I think there's question about that.
But let's be honest, we couldn't object to purely on light pollution.
Yeah.
On the basis of what they do for the crops and goose, I don't think we're going to get anywhere, but that's probably right.
So Peter, do you want to say that that's, you're the person who's putting that forward?
Yeah.
The second application?
Yeah. And it's all those in favour, I think everybody's in favour, yes, that's unanimous. And with that, I'll leave you in peace, and thank you for coming.
Are you all favour?
Well, no, I won't come back because we've got to talk about the next meeting, but as these are my neighbours,
Are we going to talk about the wildflowers, or are they for next time?
And what about this building as well?
next time.
On this, what about the building,
Oh,
the
yeah.
games room?
I just said that it's built
all
here.
included.
It's a
It's all
matter,
included.
it's a matter, no,
That's all
it's included, but they're just moving it from one part to another.
No, we're not worried about
That is
that.
it, yeah.
It's not an issue.
It's not really an issue.
But we're not going to make a
actually.
note of that, we're just going to...
No,
The issue is
there's not a
simply that
problem
they've
with
got
that.
existing caravans and they want to double it, if not increase it by more, which I think is unacceptable.
Yeah.
It's more than that, I think.
Yeah. It's unacceptable when we've got all these caravans anyway.
Okay.
And I should be able to
It's
disappear and get my
overkill,
ice
isn't
cream.
it?
An ice cream.
I said that, it's in the route.
Right. So now we have the other two plans of the
Yes.
orchard.
Just wait a minute, let me-
I don't know what the numbers are, we can
Right,
There was 763 trouble at the...
we do them one at a time or go together?
well, they're two slightly different. Because one's a
Yeah.
demolition and the other's,
Are we going to sort of say you can have one but not the other? We're going to have two, I think it's...
They're
two
under
together.
different numbers, so really, I suppose you would say they are separate.
Thank you for pointing that out, then we'll take the first one first.
Yeah.
well, the first one is
The,
erection of drain, conversion of existing stable to double garage and workshop, and formation of access and turning area, and the number is 07/16 0004.
four, that's the first one, and that's like the other one's six.
Right, let's see which one I
So
want.
does anybody, any comments on that, please?
This the one.
Yeah. No, this is the one.
There is some
We've not long.
something about the fact that previously the garage had to stay, was it? Or is it still?
No, well, what they're doing is a conversion of the existing stable to double garage and
And
workshop.
that's right.
So that is a conversion of an existing
Yeah,
building.
wasn't there something in the
Something about
past?
height, wasn't there, I believe?
Something in the past say that that building had to stay.
I don't know.
I think
don't
height
know
was one of
that.
the problems.
Please, please may I just ask, is it the one with rooms in the roof, or is it the one that's a bungalow?
It's the 1.5 story.
It's the
building.
house.
Right, okay, fine, that's it.
The first one is plot one,
And
is
it says
Two.
formation of
two,
access.
plot
and
two,
turning
but the
area.
first.
Okay.
And have we got?
Yes, they're moving the driveway from where it is slightly south
Yes,
towards the village.
yes, that's right. That's
This is the
right.
right-hand bungalow, is it, or the right-hand building?
As you face the plot, it's
Right.
right, yes.
And this is
Right,
it?
okay.
It's a house.
No, I'm sorry.
Yes, that's the
It's a
bungalow.
One's a house and one's a bungalow.
Yes,
That's
this
the
is the one, this is a new, literally a new build, as you might say, because there's no existing house.
With
on
the
this
old
little
garage.
plot. It's just that it's going to use the existing garage,
Yeah.
stables. So that one is, okay,
Another thing you should all know is that, Cynthia said earlier that pretty well everybody that's sort of on the perimeter of the plot being told we shoot the plans and nobody's here tonight.
Nobody what?
Nobody's here tonight, but everybody's been showed that, and
Yeah,
I
they
get
have,
it, that they're
yes.
happy. Well, what has
I think
happened
they-
is the plans have been drawn in collusion with all those people
Yes,
that
so
are
they've got
boring the
everything
plot.
involved. Basically, okay.
Okay,
So that's that, right.
Cynthia, let's listen to what Cynthia has to say.
Right, what have I got to say? Right. I've just gone through it really, having only looked at these, I have looked at online, but I haven't seen the copies of tonight. Let me see which one's the best notes to read out here. Erection of one house or building, existing. Under the design, the construction is a prefabricated building, which is it's fabricated off-site, and it consists of a closed panel system, which is very high insulation levels, and obviously has been designed. I haven't seen a
It's
picture
probably
of it.
German stroke
Yes, it
Swedish.
is.
Yeah, it is.
isn't
Yes, I think it is. And I think it's been designed obviously to be compatible with its surroundings. I can't see anything that would say that I don't like the design, because I haven't actually
Yeah.
seen it, I've just seen the plans. And so I said there was no impact there. Highways, there's a new access to the public highway. So obviously that is, yes, the other one with two accesses to these two
Yeah.
properties, the one which has been moved slightly to the left, and this is being made on the right hand side of the plot. So
Now,
that's,
this is the one that's going to be moved.
yes, and this is the one, this is going to be the new, which is
Well, they're
the
both
access.
new, but this is the
Well,
one.
they're both new, yes.
But this is the one that's close to the
It
access
is to the
at the
Reen.
moment.
Apparently, it's very close to the Reen, Bob said to me. And he said there should be an issue, probably, it could be an issue of privacy, because there'll be no vegetation between that property and the next door house. But they said there's a Reen in between,
Yeah.
and he said that, but nevertheless, there's no one here to say anything, so,
Yeah. I don't think
and,
that's an issue. I think that the issue with the driveway is the actual coming onto the road.
well, it is really, it is, I think actually, that's such a bad road there, and they've got, if they're going to have two accesses,
The property is right on the bend.
yeah, it is. They're set back, the houses, but obviously there's no escaping, you've got to come onto the road.
I thought it would have been safer to keep the existing entrance and
Share it.
share off.
Right, exactly. Now, on the comments on here, as in relation to what we're talking about in a way now, about we've gone on to the accesses, the transport, they just say standing advice, that's what it says on the
716.
online, and awaiting a site visit before commenting. So that is to do with the access to these
Yeah.
highways. So basically, we can't, they haven't said yes, they haven't said no. But anyway, landscape, retention of existing hedgerows, trees, and minimum impact on surrounding area. I think they're going to keep the existing vegetation, but probably plant some indigenous trees and so forth to make it
It's the same as the...
etc.
The
The residential impact, which is flood risk assessment, the flood risk has been utilised, and this is what they've put in their application, has been utilised for previously granted outline planning permission. So they used what they obviously submitted when they put an outline. So as regards that, there's nothing in here about it, there's no comments, so obviously there's no problem. Right, the comments were from environmental health, no comments at all. Somerset Heritage, no objections on archaeological grounds, and the transport, as I said, is standing advice. I don't know what that means, but that's what they put.
Just a minute.
What I didn't understand was, as it already got outline planning permission, how did we look at it? But because they haven't gone into what was called reserved matters. It is a brand new application. So because they got outline planning permission for it, because they've missed out reserved matters,
Yes.
they've gone in as a new application. So
Yes.
it's, you don't take in outline. That's what I've been led to believe.
Yeah.
Well, now where did I read that? It could have been in the access statement actually.
So we look at it as a, you know,
Yes,
as
okay.
a- not that it's being given
Right,
permission.
okay, so therefore the flooding I can't.
Yeah, so whatever's come before, we should take no notice.
No, that's what they're
Right,
saying.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've taken that off, must have been off the access statement. But, having said that, the comments come from environmental health, Somerset Heritage and the transport, there's nothing else. So,
Now, do you want to make a comment on that, or say,
because,
will we accept it, or will we turn it down, or should we go to the other property?
Should we do the other property first?
Because if you want shared access, I believe there's a problem because of the design of the bungalow. It's got the garage on the far side, and you couldn't have
It's
a
not going
shared
to work,
access.
is it? No. No, of course not.
Well, should we go to the next property now?
I do think, if I may say, the right-hand drive is not as iffy or
No, it's a
crucial as
brand
the
new one.
left-hand drive, which is by the tombs which are behind.
I'm sure that that one comes out right on the telegraph pole.
I don't know that. I couldn't tell you
I'm
that.
pretty sure.
yes, you see, that is.
The access plot 2 is the existing access.
Yes.
No, neither has got its existing access.
Yes.
They've pushed them both.
Yeah, but what John's saying, that's the one closest to where it is now. All they want to
Yes.
do is move it sort of
Slightly.
10 foot towards the...
Actually, it doesn't, on this design statement, it doesn't actually show you where the access is. It was, there's a hedge right in front.
It does say on here, proposed access road.
No, that is to the left-hand one.
No, the right. There's both. There's two new ones.
Well, there's not, that is one proposed access road. Where's the access to that?
Come right down.
Come right round to
The other end of
Oh,
that.
down there?
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's
You
opposite
see,
Wick
it
Lane
goes in-
almost.
Well, it doesn't actually say that's an access, but okay, fine.
And it goes because that building...
Because that goes into the
That's-
garage, yes, I understand that.
And the bungalow, the other end, that part of the bungalow is a garage.
In that part, but
Yeah. Yeah,
I
if you look at the plans.
There's an enormous flood risk assessment here, it runs for about 30 pages.
Good.
And that's across the on the lake, but obviously they're
Well, what I'd like to say is that seeing as it's been sort of concocted with the love and
well, I think
wishes of
so,
all those people around it,
yes.
we've got no objection, only...
No, I don't think there is a problem, I think just that
Well, we
access,
have, but with the
The
access,
but
I
not,
think we
not
should
the
draw
rest,
that
not
up.
the house.
because they
And,
should at least have splayed outlets.
I think somebody did say at one point though, not tonight, that if you agree it, you can't say but.
no.
You've either got to agree it or no observations
Well,
or disagree because of the
Well,
access.
then that's what we're doing now.
I think it is the access.
Well, I think it's strong enough, I don't
I
know,
think
I
so.
think we can have a vote on it, but I think it's strong enough that we object, because, well,
It's not good access on that
not
road
really at
anyway.
all.
But I think it would be foolish to pretend that it isn't a dangerous part of the
Exactly,
road.
It's a
exactly.
bad
And,
corner.
and if they were given it and something terrible
Yeah.
happened,
But
you
if
know-
they take notice of it, all it means is they go back to the plan, they come up with a
Exactly.
splayed unit or a movement.
well,
of
they
the telegraph
are
pole.
obviously,
Yeah.
it comes under transport
Yeah,
and they're what they call standing advice for
So
waiting
she-
site visit before commenting, so they must know that
Yeah.
they've
That's
got
why
to.
they're going, isn't it, for
And
site
it is
visit.
highway, you will
Yeah.
make the decision in the end.
so if I
Um,
propose that we do that, we say that we object on the grounds that the access is
On the
dangerous,
dangerous road.
Yes.
Dangerous road.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
needs redesigning,
Yes.
Well, they've got to rethink it,
or
don't they?
rethink it, yeah.
But, so you've done the one property, do you want me to do the other, because obviously that's...
No, I think that's what we've done for
Yeah, that's what
both.
I've
Good,
done.
same for both. Yeah.
Not
I
so
Well,
don't
it is.
think we've got any problem with the
No,
design.
it doesn't, this is just
No.
simply taking
It's
it down.
traffic,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's,
Both blocks.
I mean, if you've been inside, it needs to be.
Well, apparently it's full of asbestos.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I suppose all properties are, aren't they?
So,
But in the little one, the smaller one,
So listen to what Andrew's got to say.
so we're not supporting it on the grounds of the access onto,
Dangerous road.
it's dangerous, onto a busy road,
mm.
and we're going to apply that for both properties.
Yes.
Yes.
And Peter's going to propose
Well, yeah,
And
and
are
I'll
we-
vote on it.
and have a vote.
And everybody's in it.
Unanimous?
Okay.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Hold on.
There we go on that. That's on agree.
Yeah. I've lost my
It's
tortoise.
a funny little
What's
thing.
your tortoise?
Yes.
What side?
No, it
Two
is.
houses there.
It's
Yeah,
in the
well,
It's
female.
right
It
on.
is
Where?
a-
Well,
it's a-
start off with
I
the-
think the one house
the
is
section
the-
inside.
I think the one
You
is
can
suck it on new one.
No, two females.
With the old
But
state.
Jane put them out and then put them back in before we went to work, so they just
Yeah.
get wandering. How about the skeepy?
Well, obviously,
You
when
got that then,
looking at these kit houses,
She's only got
and
that.
it's quick.
Oh.
It only
They're
takes,
brilliant
it
as well,
only
they're
takes
beautiful.
about 7 weeks.
They're beautiful
So
as well.
basically,
These houses were Germans.
because that's what they are, prefabricated. So you can't, well, you can here, you can't here, but you have
Huff
to make
houses.
introduction.
Huff houses.
The meeting's been closed now. so-
No, we've got
I've got no room.
agenda items for next meeting. Peter, sir?
Agenda item, no, I've got, what about,
That is a report.
Will be in
no, yes, one small thing, I did send an email around to everybody that I got the please close the gate signs, and actually then Peter has now got them, and Peter is going to erect them.
Well, I saw your report. In fact, I didn't see your email because of the terminology you used, and it went into my spam filter.
That's why it is, that's why. I didn't get that. That's probably what it was.
Well,
And then when I took it out, I wasn't brave enough to send you a response about, do you need Viagra? Cynthia?
no.
No.
Just one or two things. It's my month this year for doing the village green. I nearly turned my ankle the other day down in the far corner. There's a great big hole, about 6 inches deep, and it's quite dangerous on the edge of where the swings are. And I'm just wondering if it's okay for me to pour a load of sand in it to level it off. So I've talked about it to Bobby. And also we had an outbreak of graffiti in the toilets, which I've painted over. I do wish they would use joined writing and not block capitals.
Did you write please see me?
Yeah. I had to use some old paint in mine. It doesn't match, but at least it's covered.
I have got plenty of the right paint.
Have you?
Yes.
Oh, right.
If you want it, I've got plenty.
Did you understand it?
Yeah.
Well, they've got
Polish.
strange ideas of their own physical capacities, I think.
Oh.
That would be said to have gone into the spam
And
box.
there is, I have to say, there's one of the swing seats, there's a split in the swing seat.
We have,
I don't know if that was
we have
mentioned
actually,
before.
Owen has actually gone back to Jubilee Sports. I guess it's still waiting for quote.
And the cycle packs still haven't arrived yet. So.
Can I come in on that too? I was looking the other day measuring up these cycle racks which I'm going to screw to the wall, and I noticed that the terraline finish on the toilet in the area that we're going to put the socket is flaking off.
Yeah.
And I think we should speak with Ryan
Yes.
because we paid a lot of money to have
Yes,
that
we
done.
do.
It's got patches there and you touch it and it falls off.
That means it's down.
What a good idea.
Doesn't it?
Right,
That's
We're going to
down
go
behind,
into right
isn't it?
better, I think.
Flaking paint in
That's
the
all
toilets.
On the outside.
Yeah, it's
No,
not
but
paint,
it's
it's plaster.
Flaking, it's the terraline finish.
Yes, it's down.
This is never was painted.
Thank you. Unless there's anything else.
No, that's it.
Yes, I'd just like to ask, I'm August for the village green. How many times do I do it? Once a week? Or
Yeah.
No, every night.
every night?
Morning and afternoon.
Once, and if it's once in the middle of the...
Once a day.
Once a day?
Yeah.
With your manicures.
If
And you'll
it's
get bored.
weekly.
Morning and afternoon.
Yeah.
How often do you do it?
twice a
Bella,
week.
Once a week.
Once a month.
Once a
Once a
week.
month.
Once a week?
Right, once a
Monday,
week.
once a month.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
He's wearing his academic approach.
At 3 o'clock in the morning, didn't you make it?
Well, our next meeting is the 7th of September, and I wish you well for August. And
Happy holidays.
Thank you.
And it's a occasion.
We hope Owen will be alright.
Very interesting programme. They have a consumer programme at lunchtime, about 12 o'clock.